So, friends, today's meditation class, I have chosen the topic Zazen. Zazen, right? What is Zazen? It's a Japanese term and it is coined from the Zen Buddhism. Very difficult to explain what this topic is about. Very difficult. Even I feel Zen is a very difficult subject, and I consider myself a student who is interested in this subject. So I will be sharing my perspective, whatever I could get so far in this understanding. So Zen, from the Buddhist Zen tradition, the master Zazen has given this practice. So in Japan, when they say meditation, they don't call it meditation in this tradition, they call it Zazen. That means you are just simply sitting and you are doing nothing. Simply sitting, doing nothing. So I don't know what is I have to explain further because what can I say further? You have to simply sit and do nothing. It becomes a very difficult task, isn't it? Right? Very simply, it's said, you sit and you just don't do nothing. You are not doing anything. But for us, it is so difficult, friends, not to do something. So the masters had to say few words to make us understand what exactly it is. What does it mean by sitting and doing nothing? What is this? Meditation, people are confused sometimes. What we call meditation. Why do we meditate? All of us will start to meditate because of something. Some desire is there, isn't it? Some question, okay, enlightenment, maybe, okay, some question I have to answer, some pain that I am going through in my life. Something is there why we start to meditate, isn't it, friends? So it's a desire. But the master, Zazen, said, don't have any desire when you are meditating. No desire. Just meditate. Just sit. So it's a conflict, right? Why will we want reasons, right? Why will we meditate? What am I getting out of it? We ask everything, we spend some money, what is my return? Everything we want a return. What is the return? I need to know. So definitely all of us, we start with expecting a return. It's not bad to have a desire. It's okay. Something we are looking for, some deep answers, okay. But I feel gradually we will turn into this state. I think for me, I feel it's a more evolved state to sit without desire. So we start with a desire and eventually with our practices, we keep going more into this desireless state. So what I understood, friends, from meditation and the difference between meditation and Zazen is meditation, we have a desire. Even the definition of meditation says that you are in an altered state of awareness. Am I correct, sir? Altered state of awareness. You are not in the ordinary awareness, the normal natural state that we are in. We get into some altered state. But Zazen is not talking about that. Zazen is not concerned about that. Even altered state is again a desire to reach an altered state. Because our mind is like that, friends. We are, always into this state where We are clinging to something, something we have to cling to, right? So, let us see if I can talk a little bit more on this sitting and doing nothing. So, this is another term, it's called shikantaza, Zazen or shikantaza. Shikantaza is a methodless method. So friends, all Zen teachers are like that. They don't give a method to you, right? They are very mystical people, right? I have been into one Zen meditation practice. We were all meditating and the teacher was roaming with a stick. So I did not know why he was carrying the stick, because I was used to meditate like how we do here. I didn't know, and in between the meditation he hit me on my head with the stick. Suddenly I got a jerk and I said, I did not open my eyes, and I felt why he hit me in my head, on my head. Then I realized I was having thoughts. I was having a lot of thoughts, and when he hit me and I got aware, oh, I have thoughts, and then I went into a very deep meditation. There was no thoughts after that. So again friends, I'm trying to explain my experience for us to understand it a little bit. But Zen master, they don't explain you. They will work in a very mystical way. They will not work directly how other masters, handhold us. Maybe they will tell things that are contradictory to us. One of my very favorite Zen master is Osho, right? He will talk about one subject today and tomorrow he'll talk the complete opposite of it. I've heard him, like his audios are so amazing to hear. He's a Zen master. So he stresses on just sit. They will not tell you, oh, sit, meditate, or do this, do that. They will say, just sit, do nothing. So they say, it's a part where it says, throw ourselves into the way without expecting anything. So they say, come to the way, come to the path of meditation without expecting anything. Just throw yourself into the path. See what happens. So it's very difficult for us just to surrender to something which we are not aware of. We will ask questions. Why will I do this? What will happen? What will I gain out of it? Is it something right I am doing, wrong? So many questions. But they invite you to be their students or to come to their Sangha only if you are ready to come to them without expectation. That's the first thing they will say. No expectation, no desires. Actually, even the word desires, friends, what I learned is, it's not the desires are bad. I don't think Buddha has said desires are bad. What I understood more deeper is the attachment to the desire is bad. Or, it is what is the clinging to the desire is what. If we don't have desires, we won't be living. If we are living, we have desires, some desires or the other. But the clinging to the desires is what they are talking about. So why our meditations, sometimes we are meditating for a long time and we think there is no growth, simply, we are not growing. We know that inside, it's still the same thing, what is happening. Many of us feel like that. Because somewhere we are clinging to something. One monk, I have heard him talking, and he said, when I started my meditation, I got into depression. I was getting depressed more and more. Then he went up and asked his teacher. I think I was supposed to get enlightenment. After 1 year he went to his teacher because he's going depressed, he's just going down. Went to his teacher. Master, I am going more depressed. more bad things are happening to me. Why? I'm meditating, still why it's happening? And his master said, because you have expectation from your meditation. Through meditation, you are expected to feel that you will feel wonderful. You will go into some altered state, you will have amazing experience. Right? That expectation is bringing you into this. So after that he started meditating, without this attachment to meditation. And he said he started having, he could come out of it. He was just there. He was just there. Good for nothing. One of the Buddhist monk, when he was asked, Master, tell what is Zazen, what is meditation? He said, I understood Zazen as good for nothing. I am good for nothing. He said, even my teacher said that, but I did not realize it. One day, he is sitting, he is a Lama, he has a big position in the monastery. So one day he is just sitting among everybody, and he said, oh, I'm just somebody, I'm not anybody. He just realized it. I can just sit, I can just be. I don't have to be a good boy all the time. I'm good for nothing. He said, that day I realized what is Zazen. No expectation. And then he said, when I realized that I'm good for nothing, that was the day, he could go deep inside himself, touch that core, that real core, that reality, that real identity he could touch. I said that was the day I understood what Zazen means. So good for nothing. I'm good for nothing. So friends, for a moment, can we all sit with this thought? I'm good for nothing. Just for some moment, we'll spend some time where we'll just think that, just sit. You don't have to sit in a certain way. Any way, you can just sit and tell yourself, I'm just myself. I don't have to be good. I don't have to be anything. So could you sit for some time, becoming nothing? Is it easy? It's easy to do? What was happening?
Most difficult task.
Most difficult task. So that monk said, when I could sit being nothing, when I realized that I am nothing, I don't have to be a good boy. That day I realized my life has a purpose. That day my life became purposeful. That is the real purpose he could find. So according to my understanding, if I have to reframe this statement, our true purpose lies when we are above our ego. Ego is there. It is required, not bad thing. We will require it to operate it in the world. Ego is required. But if we go above the ego, where we are nothing, but this nothingness has something. I'm just trying to use words to explain it. That's how I am understanding. It is something. It is just nothing. Right? But the problem is we again have expectations there. Very interesting. What is that something? And we get attached to it. Right? So this is what, but it's beautiful practice, friends. I'll tell you, for the last 10 years I have been meditating. I meditate. I I can say I am a regular meditator. But sometime it happens that I felt I don't want to meditate. It happens. I said I don't feel like meditating. But trust me friends, I miss meditation. Even for one day, I won't do it. Because we can test. We can do a 40 days meditation. We can leave it for a few days. It's okay to do this test and trial. And even not me, even my friends, they say that, when I was meditating, things were a little better, under control, Moment I leave, I think this is going crazy, my life is not disciplined. I don't know where am I running. I miss that. So I did not do meditation to prove anything. I did it because I loved it. I still love it. It's the best time that I have in the entire day is to just sit and do nothing. All the time doing something or something. So Zazen I feel it will happen to all the meditators naturally if we keep sitting. So we can experience it for ourselves. I believe in experimenting with things before I want to believe in things. Right? So if meditation works or not, Zazen works or not, let us test it first. Right? Let us test. At least 40 days, let us meditate. Minimum 40 days, because you won't get any benefit if you are not doing it for 40 days. But after 40 days, you just leave it, drop it for a few days and see what happens. Then you can compare. We can compare. Right, sir? I think some new friends are also there because I think very senior friends are also here today. So they would be knowing, they have been doing a lot of practice, meditation practice. But for the new people, I think we should do at least 40 days of continuous meditation, and then you can drop it and see. If it doesn't work, leave it. But minimum 40 days we should try. So now this term, Bodhichitta, it's a Buddhist term. What is Bodhichitta? Bodhichitta is a part of us which is like Buddha, which is looking for enlightenment, which wants to awaken. It's a natural tendency of that part to awaken. It is there in all of us. It is always going towards awakening. We are always trying to find truth. Even, many people, they are not aware of this part called Bodhichitta. But we are all moving towards awakening. We meditate, we don't meditate, we are still moving there. Right? So this part, Bodhichitta, is again that expectation also to awaken, which Zazen again says, no enlightenment, no awakening. You sit without that. Because the moment we are having a thought, I have to get enlightened or I have to awaken, that is the moment also we are clinging to that, and that will disturb the meditation. So friends, zero state. And the monk said, in this zero state, when I become a zero, I become good for nothing, my life had a meaning. So I will just demonstrate something. So I will show how the monk has answered one question. He had a stick in his hand and he said, he balanced the stick. Let me see if I can do that, right? So he said, this is the past, okay? And this is the future. So he said, the past is gone, right? We just have some memories about it. There is no power in the past, right? And future is yet to come, right? Again, it's a perceived thing. We don't know. There is no power here. But you see, where is the balance is in the present. The power is here. The abundance is here. Life is here. These two ends, there's no life. It's in our imagination. And the monk said, this is where abundance lies. This is why they said Zazen. Right? So he defined Zazen as this example. We keep hearing this term, be in the present moment. Right? I feel I was really touched by this simple experiment. The power lies in the now. The abundance lies, Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, a beautiful book. Right? The only thing he says is to be in the now. Life is here and now. Right? Happiness is here and now. Whatever we are experiencing, it's here and now. One student monk, he was meditating, and his master asked him a question. Do you hear the sound of the bell? Tell me who is making the sound. So the student answered the master, Master, it is my mind that is making the sound. So what he is meaning is, there is some wind blowing and the wind is touching the bell. So what is happening is, because of some vibration, some friction, the bell is moving. But what is capturing this entire thing is my mind. So my mind is making the sound. That's what the student said. And the master said, no, that is not right. What will happen if there is no wind? What will happen if the bell does not move? What will happen if your mind doesn't perceive? What will happen? Will there be sound? Will there be any sound? There will be no sound. So then, who is making this sound of the bell? So he said, everything is making this sound. The bell, the wind, your mind, entire universe is making this sound. You are just a very minute part of this entire universe through which the sound is coming. So when something happens, we immediately say it is because of me. Because of who am I? We need to see we are a part of everything. That is where we say we are interconnected. Why we say one? Because we are interconnected. So the sound is made by the entire universe. And we are a part of it. So that is the way. And another very beautiful example he gave. Zazen is a path of compassion. So one student asked, it's a path of compassion. Compassion, oneness. He said, how is it a path of oneness? You are saying, don't be attached to anything. I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, I am not that. That is what you are saying. So how can this be a path of compassion and oneness? So he said, when you are not attached to anything, there is no me, there is no that. There is no this, that. So when there is no this and that, hence it's a path of very deep compassion. There is no high and low. There is no inequality. When there is no me, there is no you also. Let us now look at few of the things that Zazen stresses on. the first thing they talk about is the posture. Many times even my masters, my teachers have told me about a good posture, but I did not possibly pay much attention. But when I read Zazen, then they have actually detailed why it is so important to have a good posture during meditation. See, the thing is, these are all the wrong postures. It says that whenever we are sitting in meditation, we need to rest our body in such a way that we can sit for long hours. Even there are right now monasteries, Zazen monasteries, there monks sit there for 18 hours, continuous 18 hours they can sit, right? And in Zazen they says you are not supposed to move, you are not moving, so no one moves. So for them it's very important to take a posture which is very comfortable. So anyway friends, we are not doing 18 hours meditation, we are maybe sitting for 1 hour a day or maybe maximum 3 hours. But make sure whenever we are sitting, let us focus our attention on that posture very well. Make sure you are very comfortable. When I say you are comfortable, adjust your body and see if your body is in a neutral state or somewhere you are supported very nicely. Many people, they use cushions. So they will use a cushion and squat on that. Many people will take a little, they'll put the back side of your body at an elevation and they will sit. Many people want to sit in lotus posture or half lotus posture. Whatever is the posture, there is no problem with that, but make sure your body is very comfortable. Also, we should not go for saying that, oh, all the monks, they have sit in the lotus posture, I also should sit in the lotus posture. If I am not comfortable in the lotus posture, my meditation will be disturbed, right? So find your own comfortable space, even if it's a chair. So make sure your feet is rested properly on the floor and you are supported, right? So posture is very important. If the posture we have not got it correctly, we won't be able to actually meditate properly. Sitting is very alive. Friends, many times, even it happens to me, I go into a sleepy state, like maybe I'm tired. Many masters, they have advised when you are very tired, don't meditate. Take a nap, it's better because your meditation quality, see, the quality of the meditation would depend upon all these things that I'm saying, right? So sitting is very alive. We are not sleeping. Many people, I'll see, they sit and they are sleeping in the meditation. It's not a meditation. Even if we meditate like that for 20 years, nothing is going to happen, right? So if you are sleepy, first sleep and do the meditation in a time when you are not sleepy. It's okay if you are once in a while, it happens, sometimes it's happened to every one of us, but I'm just saying how we can improve the quality of our meditation. Know that we are not sitting like a, like a corpse. It's a very alive sitting. You're very, it's like your awareness is there. How is your posture. You're not just gone somewhere. You're present in your posture, right? So these are different names: Seiza, Burmese, lotus posture. So Seiza is what? They will take one cushion, they will just, maybe I can show you, just 1 minute. Some cushions, right? They call it, there's some round cushions are there. And many people, if I want to show you, squat like this, they'll put it, they'll support it at the back of your body, right? And they will sit like this, right? Just squatting, and they can put their hands. And this is also a very supporting position. See, what happens is the spine will be straight. You won't be able to hunch. This position is not good for, your energies are not flowing So this position is better. So whenever you sit in this position, what happens is spine is automatically, so this is one position people use for Zazen. And the second position is they will use some pillow, I think that's called Burmese, right? So Burmese, I'll show you. You can take some pillows and then you sit on it, right? In a lotus, half lotus posture also. You can sit like this. So what happens, automatically you see your back is a little raised and your spine is more supported, and you can't do this when you are sitting in this posture. Naturally, your spine would be a little elevated. So it's also a beautiful posture to sit. I like this posture because it helps me to put my third, I think it's a very common posture in India, the half lotus. You can just sit like this, half lotus, one leg down, one leg up, and again the spine, your chest is a little forward, up, right? And so this posture itself, friends, it will help us to be more aware. It's okay, thank you. Right? Another is, we can say, the lotus posture, where we just lock one leg, right leg first and then left. So if it's very easy for you, go for this, because I won't recommend for everybody, right? It's difficult for everyone. So if some people have backaches, problems, they can take more pillows, and like if their legs are not going properly down, they can take pillows to support themselves like this also, right? But the thing is, we have to be very, like as I said, the posture needs to be very alive, and make sure that you are sitting, you will be sitting for a long time, at least even 1 hour is a long time, right? And we need to be prepared for that. Eyes in Zazen, they don't close their eyes. Soften your gaze and you can put like a 45 degrees angle. That is the practice in Zazen. We can do that. Many people I have met here, sometimes they are scared to even close their eyes. Closing eyes is good, but if some people, they are not able to close their eyes for some reason, it's a very good practice to do. You are just sitting, not closing your eyes, but just putting like 2 to 3 feet from yourself, you are looking at a point. What happens is, when we close our eyes, the senses, means the thoughts, the emotions, everything starts getting more and more, right? We observe there are more and more thoughts, right? And sometimes there are emotions coming. I'm meditating, why am I getting so angry? I am meditating, why am I getting this negative thoughts? We think like that sometimes. In Zazen, what they say, we are not closing anything off. You are not saying I should not have that. Neither we are attached to it. So what is happening, friends? I am here. Oh, what I see is, I realize, oh, there is a thought. I just realize there is a thought, and I bring myself, oh, there is an emotion. Bring back to the center. Oh, there is a scratching. Bring yourself back to the center. So you see, it's like, oh, I am aware, and you are getting back again. Oh, this happens. Okay. Why this is happening? You get into that story. This emotion shouldn't come. Why it's coming? When it happened? You get into the story again. So just about, okay, when you are sitting, your body is tilted. Sometime it happens, right? Oh, it's tilted. So you are just bringing yourself to the back position. That's it. So you are not saying, oh, I shouldn't tilt my body. Aditya told me not to tilt the spine. What is happening to me? Don't go into any story like that. It's just, you are aware and you are bringing yourself into the center. Our tendency is to go towards the thing which we like and to go away from the thing which we don't like. It is our tendency, right? So whenever there is a beautiful experience, we want to go towards it. I'm going up. Some angel is coming. We want to go more into it. And when there is pain, heaviness, oh, I don't want that. Right? See, it happens to all the things. Whatever we see here is a beautiful sound coming, the bird sound. Wow, it's a nice bird. Bad sound, some people are scratching things or something. It's a bad sound. We want to go away from it. Right? What Zazen says is, it's a beautiful bird, but I don't say it's beautiful. Oh, it's a bird sound. Bring yourself back. Oh, it's an irritating sound. Bring yourself back. So they are not going into any such definition of that experience, right? This is what Zazen practices. When we are getting attached to something, just be aware. Yes, I told you, just it's like, oh, that the sensation is there, and bring. Of course, you are not again saying oh as I am saying, right? So it's just the awareness and bringing yourself back. Awareness, bringing yourself back. Oh, my body is tilted. So mind is the sixth sense. That's what they call in Zen. Sixth sense, thoughts, emotions, everything that is related to the mind, all the subtleties, it's the mind. So mind is now the conflicts. This is what is very important. What happens? Oh, I am sitting in meditation, then I will think, shall I go there? Shall I not go? Shall I do this? Shall I? Conflicts. Mind is full of conflicts. So again the same principle, not this, not that. Oh, there's the thought. Okay, come back. So you are not going into any conflict, you see. When we are not attached to anything, no results, you are not entertaining any conflict. So it's a beautiful way also to handle your mind. That is the biggest thing in meditation, right? When we are having conflicts. Breath. So anchor for the mind. Generally they will also tell you to put your mind onto the breath, because actually it's very, very hard to deal with the mind sometimes. So they say put your attention to the breath. They give a work to the mind, some work, because it's always going on. So okay, take some work, be with the breath. So in Zen they talk about breathing into your hara. They take deep breaths. Hara is the place where your navel is, right? So they say take deep gentle breaths to your navel, the hara center, and breathe, right? Generally it's different from what we do in anapanasati. Anapanasati is about normal natural breathing, okay? And there's another beautiful thing which I have learned from Zen is count 10, right? So you count breathing. When sometimes our mind is too active, I use this technique. So I say 1, 2, 3. So I am taking 1 in, 2 out, 3, 4, 10, up till 10. I am counting. Then don't go 11, 12, 13, don't go. Again come back to 1, 2, 3, 4, up till 10. Again come back to 1. So don't worry if you go to 31st and you remember that, oh, I was supposed to come back. No problem, right? But this technique is very, very effective in putting your mind into that neutral state. So you're not going anywhere when you're coming back to 10 again. So it's again not going anywhere. So friends, it's about consistency. Meditation is about consistency. There's no shortcuts. We know that, right? And why will we do that? I was doing it for some reason. I was doing it to find some answers, right? That was my reason. And I feel still I have some more questions. I feel meditation gives you answers, and it has helped me tremendously, right? But what I'm trying to say is one day, possibly it will happen that we will be able to sit for nothing. But it doesn't have to be right now, right? Let us meditate. Okay, because we are here to find something, it's all right, right? But the Zazen practices, they are really effective in doing deeper meditation. Possibly many of us are trying to look for an experience, right? Oh, some people talk about meditation experience, it doesn't happen to me. But the thing is, why it's not happening is we are attached to things. So it's a beautiful way to just be with our breath, right? The way we do Anapanasati. So let me again explain Anapanasati, because we are talking about Zazen so far. In Anapanasati, we say A, B, C, D of Anapanasati. Of course, A starts with asana. We generally say comfortable posture, nice comfortable posture, hands are crossed, legs are crossed. If you are sitting on a chair, cross your legs, cross your hands, and make your spine as straight as possible. So A stands for asana, and in Anapanasati the second stage is B. B is for breath awareness. Whenever we are sitting in a beautiful comfortable posture, let us close our eyes, put our attention to the breathing, right? So we are breathing. And breath, friends, we don't have to go as long. It's just like a starter, like you start the engine. Just after you start the engine, you might not require the breath. You are above the breath, you are into the altered states, right? So it says B is for breath, C is for cosmic energy. Whenever our mind is empty, there is a huge cosmic download in our body, and we are filled with D for divine experiences. C, the cosmic energy starts clearing all the nadis, and then the divine experience starts. If we or anybody says that you come and practice and nothing will happen, nobody will come for the practice, right? So some steps are given for you to understand that it really benefits. That's what the masters are meaning. But friends, we have to go above our expectation, above our desire. That's our goal. Not, as I said, not above desires, possibly to the clinging, to the attachments that we have, right? And meditation will naturally take us there. So if you keep meditating, you will go into that Zazen state. One day you are just not asking for anything. There is no desire, no clinging to anything. You are just sitting. Okay, friends, thank you.